It's been announced that both of you are going to be leaving Haas at the end of this season. So can we start by getting your reaction to this news? Kevin, can we start with you, please?
Yeah, I mean, it's become clear that we announced today that we will not continue, and I think it's been four years for me, 4 great years with Haas, and I've enjoyed it and I've learned a lot. It's been a great experience to be with such a young team on that journey, and I feel that I've learned a lot and got some very valuable experience, and I'm a better driver now because of that, and now we'll see what the future holds.
We may not have the best chance to be in the top 10 at every race, but we tried every time everything we could, and it's been a good journey with the team and with Kev, and bit of a page that turns, and let's see what the future is like.
Do you think that this reason is purely a financial one to give the team a fresh start? And if that's the case, why doesn't that fit with your respective positions? Is it that you don't want to have to bring money at this stage in your career? Is it because you don't have that backing? How does that fit with you?
I can't bring the kind of backing that you need in Formula One. I have sponsors and I have partners, but it's not at all big in this world, and it's not enough to make a difference really for me. But I'm not gonna speak for the team. I think Günther and Gene and the team can do that. They can tell you why they did what they did, but certainly I can't bring what a lot of the other drivers can bring out there. So it is what it is, really.
Thank you. Roman?
Very similar to Kevin. I've had some partners in my career following me through different times or teams, but I've never been a paid driver as such, and don't want to become one. So it's just the way it is, and similar to Kev in that aspect.
Lance, there have been some confusing and contradictory statements from your team in the last 36 hours about your coronavirus situation. When it was the Eiffel Grand Prix weekend, Otmar Zafnauer said that you had flu-like symptoms and fatigue and an upset stomach, and yet today he said you only had an upset stomach, and today you said you had very mild symptoms.
No, I woke up Saturday morning and I had an upset stomach, which was quite bad. And so I was not fit to drive. Saturday morning I took the decision to stay away from the track. I had the same symptoms after Russia. I had a stomach issue, and I tested negative twice. I was not coughing, I didn't have a fever, I didn't have a headache, I just had an upset stomach, and I wasn't fit to drive, so I stayed away from the track, and I flew home the next day on Sunday, and I took my protocol tests that I always take after the race weekends, and just happened to be positive that Sunday evening.
This question for Sergio. There have been reports in recent days about a possible move to Williams for next year, that there's been contact between two sides. Could you just give us an update on where things are? Are you looking at a move to Williams for next year? And does that represent your last chance to stay on the F1 grid for 2021?
As I've said before, I haven't signed anything. So I think at the moment there's not a lot that I have to report or say. I think the season is coming to an end, so it's getting close, and I should be in a position to say something pretty soon. I think, but up to now, I don't think there's a lot of point on giving away anything, because I also want to keep my negotiations privately. I think we gotta be respectful of all the teams that we're talking to, and so there's no point to discuss anything at the moment.
Mercedes can clinch a record 7th consecutive Constructors' Championship this weekend. Can we get your thoughts on that achievement when it happens? And have you been surprised by the gap over the opposition this year? Lewis, perhaps we could start with you, please.
Well, I mean, it's an incredible achievement for so many people in this team, and all I can say is I'm just so proud of everyone and really grateful for their incredible hard work over all these years. They've done what's not been done in this sport before, going from the different rules and dominating in, at least, is it 2 now? It's 2 different rules that we've gone through. It's really, and every year they're just raising the bar. So very proud to be a part of it, and proud to have been able to contribute to that success along the way with them. But yeah, it's. But I know they don't think about that too much. They'll just be focusing on how they can be better next year and the year after that. And that's just shows strength of this team through and through.
Of course, it's been a strong year again, and as Lewis said, as a driver, you're obviously always really proud team member, and it is incredible what the team is doing, and everyone is pushing so hard and always keep raising the bar. So and that's bringing success. But for this year, of course, nothing has been won yet, and there's no point really thinking about that too much. Even though there's a slim chance this weekend we can get it, but it's not really the main thing on the mind. We are here to win the race, to do our best, and I hope eventually we will get it this year as well.
Max, you haven't raced here before, but you did test a GT car here earlier this year. What were your impressions of the track?
Yeah, very nice. The elevation change, of course, makes it a really cool track to drive. It rained quite a bit when I was here, but I could feel both conditions, which was nice, and it was a lot of fun. And it was a coincidence as well, because I didn't know back then that we were going to race here in F1. So once it got announced, I was like, well, that's nice. I mean, at least I've been there, and now I'm just looking forward to drive here in a Formula 1 car.
You've said leading into this race that you think track limits might be an issue. Has your track walk today changed your opinion of that?
No, still, definitely be there. It's going to be one of them things where we'll be fighting for the limit. Turn 1, I think, and turn 4 will be pretty poor. But coming qualifying, I'm sure it's going to be one of them things. If you want to just push that limit a little bit more and find them extra couple of hundreds, you'll be playing on the rule book.
I think the circuit looks definitely very exciting. A lot of elevation change, a lot of blind corners. So in terms of preparation, I try to find some onboards, but there are very limited amount of onboards around of faster cars. I went to the simulator, so had a go, and I think it probably helps tomorrow to know at least which way to turn. And then, we take it from there. But I think it's exciting to go to a new place. I've not raced in Portugal with Formula 1 before. So, in fact, I think I've never raced in Portugal. I've been to Estoril, but haven't raced there. So, excited to be here.
Sure, obviously you had a strong year last year already, but you've done some outstanding performances this year in qualifying and races. Where do you think you've been able to improve this year?
I've changed a little bit the approach. Whether it made me go quicker, I don't think so, but surely I'm giving my 100% at every sessions, which last year I was taking it a bit easier in FP1 to FP3 to then push in quali, but then I had some consistency problems to always put the lap together in qualifying. This year I'm just trying to give my best from FP1 to the race, basically. I found some positives in that. Then as a driver, I obviously keep improving, but I guess it's the same for every drivers.
George, there's some rumours about your future with Williams now that the new owners have taken over. There's even speculation that Sergio Perez could be coming into the team. Have you spoken to the new team owners about it, and what's your take on the situation?
Well, I have a contract for next year. With the new owners coming in, nothing has changed whatsoever, let's say from a contractual perspective, under new ownership. I've actually not spoken to the new owners about it because from my side, there's no concerns. So they'll all be here this weekend. I'm sure any air will be cleared, but I'm not concerned, and I'll be on the grid next year with Williams. It's understandable there's speculation because there's so many great drivers on the grid right now. So many great drivers who are available fighting for a place on the grid right now with, Sergio, both the Haas guys, Hulkenberg as well. So there's obviously going to be speculation. Unfortunately, Formula One, there isn't enough place for everybody who necessarily deserves to be here.
Can I pose the same question to Nicholas? Are you confident that your 2021 contract is completely watertight?
Yeah, I mean, like George said, we have a contract, and just because the team is under new ownership now doesn't really change anything on that front. So, yeah, I'm not concerned at all. I have a contract with the team for next year, and I'm confident I'm going to be on the grid next year.
6 points between Renault in 5th and Racing Point in 3rd in the Constructors' Championship. Do you feel you're properly in the hunt now, and do you think you've got the most competitive car of the 3 teams fighting over 3rd place?
We're definitely in the hunt. We're properly in it, but I think equally all three of our teams are. I think we're so evenly matched, and sometimes it's up to even the first lap who gets a better start and who can get track position, and I think that's how close it is, the battle. So I think obviously what's going to be important to dictate that battle as well is reliability and getting both cars in the points when possible.
Daniil mentioned reliability there, Esteban, and you've had 2 DNFs in the last 5 races. Does that make it difficult for you to build some momentum?
Well, it's those things happen in motorsport. Unfortunately, it did happen in times where we were able to, in good position to be able to score strong points. So, for sure, we lacked a bit of results on those ones. I was about to do top 5 in Nürburgring, but we're working hard on that, on reliability, and I think it's been strong early in the year. Of course, few occasions it happens recently, but overall what we have to look as a package, we have been very strong. The performance has improved massively since the beginning of the season. Even if I had a retirement, I think it's great to see that Daniil managed to put the car on the podium. It was a relief for the whole team. It's been so long since they got that podium, and we got it that time.
Danny Dr. Marco said on TV recently in an interview with Ralf Schumacher that Yuki Tsunoda is, quote, planned for 21 if he has enough super license points. Now that the FIA has explained that they will relax the super license strictness a little bit, do you think that means the end of the road for you with Red Bull?
Yeah, I haven't, got many updates so far about this. All I know is that there are 6 races remaining this season, and I'll do my best in the 6 races remaining, and it's the best thing I can do right now. I'm aware of the situation, that it's very easy, and of course that there are not so many seats available, but from my side I can only do the best in these races remaining.
AlphaTauri is only 13 points behind Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship. Tell us why you think it's a realistic goal to overtake Ferrari and take 6th place.
Well, we know that's obviously the next team ahead of us in the championship, and that's why it should be our target. Obviously, we know Ferrari is pushing very hard on their side, bringing updates pretty much every weekend. And in terms of performances, I think we're not far from them, and we have 6 races remaining, 13 points, so we need to outscore them more than 2 points every weekend. I think it's a difficult target, obviously considering their pace at the moment, but not unachievable, and that's why I said team will be very important.
Question for Carlos. You seem quite sceptical about the upgrade package at the last race. You did say there's a lot of work that needs to be done to look at it. I imagine you've paid quite close attention to the analysis the team's done. How confident are you that it's the right direction and that the team will be able to get more out of it this weekend with some further tweaks and growing understanding?
Well, I think first of all, as a team, we are trying to make the car faster, and the fact that the team keeps bringing new parts to the track is an it's a good sign that the team is fighting through and it's trying to make everything it can to make the car faster. Like always in Formula One, there will be some bits that work and others that don't. And it is the case with the last aero package, and it's the case over the last few races that there has been bits that have worked well and others that simply haven't delivered as much performance gain as we hoped for. And we are now going into Portugal, having understood which of the parts we think were helping, which of the other parts were probably not helping as much, and we will try and put together a bit of a compromise on the car and make it as fast as possible.
Lando, coming to you, it's a very tight battle between McLaren, Renault and Racing Point for third in the Constructors' Championship. How do you assess that challenge, and who do you think has got the most competitive car of those three teams?
It changes every weekend. I don't think one is miles better than any other. I think some weekends we see Racing Point be extremely fast and almost in a class above, and not far off, the top two teams. And then the next weekend we'll see Renault do very well, like they did last weekend in Germany. So it's the reason that they're so close in the championship and we're so close is because every weekend it changes and one team does better than another. So it's not clear cut, and I don't think there are any answers of who's much better than anyone else. But considering Racing Point is still up there with the difficulties that they've had as a team with the drivers and the problems, you would say that they're probably the favourites of all of it. But at the same time Renault are very fast, and we're doing our best job to stay ahead and make the most of the advantage we had earlier on in the season. But like Carlos said, they made some good improvements lately, and we're not as consistently up there as what we would like, but we have the new parts on the car and we have to still try and suss them out and figure them out to exploit them to their maximum, and then we can be more confident in taking the fight back to them.
How much have you seen of this racetrack as we go into first practice?
Some videos, always the safety cars going around. I'm still debating if I'm gonna go around or not. We'll see later, but it looks quite interesting track. I think to start with it's a bit tricky to a few places, but hopefully we'll be okay.
Yeah, another one for Antonio, please. Just to follow up, you said it's Ferrari's decision. What conversations have you so far had with Ferrari, and what's the timeline for knowing your future? Because obviously there's Alpha possibility, maybe there's Haas, but I guess they could also use you in a simulator role again, which you were very effective in the past. What's the situation with Ferrari at the moment?
First of all, I hope the decision will come soon. But like I say, he's talking, and for me, the target is of course to be in the grid next year. I would like to be with Alfa Romeo because for me, it's an important team. It's the team that I started this career in Formula One. So yeah, I would like to continue with Alfa Romeo, but like I say, it's not my decision. It's talking going on, and we'll see. Hopefully soon we can have the answer. Any decision from you on the horizon, Kimi?
No, not yet. So I'm sure some point there's some talks, but we'll see what happens.